Engine RPM can be a very useful tool for tuning a carburetor, a CVT, or even for diagnosing trouble with a scooter. Unfortunately, sometimes people own multiple scooters and they don't wish to spend the money for a tach for every scooter. Or sometimes there's a business or shop owner or a tuner who tunes multiple people's scooters that don't belong to them that may not have tachometers. So in these cases, it's useful to have a tachometer that can quickly and easily be installed to monitor RPM just for testing and tuning purposes. This is a TrailTech TTO tachometer and hour meter. Anytime that there's no tach signal, it will display hours as you see right now. Otherwise, when the engine's running, it will display RPM. It's very small, very lightweight, and it costs about $30 to $35 at the time of this video. It's very easy to install because it comes with just one wire. This one I've actually already extended, but it's just one wire and it will wrap around the spark plug wire to pick up a signal. And it's got a battery inside, so you need no external power source. So really it's just the one wire and you have to find a way to mount it. My solution for a mount that would be easy to swap between scooters was first to cut a piece of steel, basically the size of the TTO tach. Later, you can use double-sided adhesive to just secure the tach to that plate. But before securing the tach, I used an old mirror from the scooter and just chopped it off so you've got just what's left here, just above basically the mounting post. Then I welded the piece of steel that I cut to the piece of the mirror I cut off. So making a mount like this allows me to easily screw this in the same spot a mirror would normally go. And of course you can screw that all the way down securely. And then I've got a tach that's in a position that's easy for me to read. Not all scooters use the same thread size and pitch for their mirror mounts, but there are two common ones, which are 8mm and 10mm. This one happens to be a 10mm, and I would suggest that you go with 10mm. Also, I should note, if you don't want to cut up a mirror, you could just use an 8 or 10mm bolt of the appropriate thread pitch, which I'll put in the video because I can't remember right off the top of my head for sure. But if you start with 10mm, there are adapters, which I'll show you in this video, that you can screw this into and then screw the adapter into the mirror mount. So if you've got the 10mm here and then you've got an 8mm adapter, that should fit the majority of scooters you would ever work on. And once the tach is secured, then you just have to route the wire down to your spark plug wire for attachment there. In stock form, this wire isn't going to be long enough to reach all the way from the handlebars to the spark plug wire, especially if you're working on a variety of scooters and large frame scooters. But with a TrailTech tach, it's easy enough to extend it. Basically all you have to do is solder on an additional length of wire. And then once the wire's here, all you have to do to finish the installation is wrap this wire from the tach around the spark plug wire, and I usually do it near the boot. It should be wrapped around something like 3 to 5 times usually. So you just wrap that around there, and then you can either kind of tuck it in to secure it or tie it somehow. Or what I find is very easy is just to take a piece of electrical tape and wrap that around there just to keep it secure. If you have a problem getting a good reliable signal out of the tachometer, you may have to remove this and rewrap it a different amount of times. But usually for me it's somewhere between 3 and 5 times and I won't have any problem with it. So then once that's done, you can go ahead, test, tune, or whatever you're doing to your scooter. And then when you're finished, of course you can just take your electrical tape off or whatever, remove the wire here, and then it should just unscrew out of your handlebars and you'll have it to use on another scooter if you need it.